Yeah, on the ball spreads prediction show coming to you live on May 11th, Money Monday. Let's get it, guys. Let's get straight into the business. But before we do that, all I ask you to do, make sure to give it a thumbs up, drop that like, and subscribe if you have not already. So let's get into it, man. Let's review what we just did over the past weekend on NBA. 5-1, 5-1 on NBA over the weekend. Feeling great. Got a little bit extra cash flow here going into Money Monday, where last week we ran it up, hit the play of the day, cashed 2 parlays. Looking to do the same thing this week. Let's get out to a hotter start, a better start. Kind of hit a little bit of a wall there on the weekend on Thursday, Friday for play of the day. We had an NHL play of the day lose on Friday, play of the day lose on Thursday. But other than that, man, we ran it heavy over the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, cashing nicely. Look, we only got one NBA pick wrong. If you look at the YouTube videos, you'll see it was the Pistons over the Cavs. That's the first game we're going to get into. I think that the Cavs are the more talented team offensively. We see the Pistons go on these scoring droughts. The Pistons rely heavily on their defense creating turnovers and getting out in transition. So with that said, today, you've got 2 guys in Herter and LeVert questionable. Jalen Duran is going to go. He just hasn't given them the production that they need. I mean, he hasn't exceeded 15 points except in one game. He had 15 on May 3rd against the Magic. He has not been the same player that he was in the regular season. Look, just to talk about where we're going to go in this first matchup, we're going to get straight into it here. Pistons taking on the Cavs. Pistons are getting 3.5 in their pocket. Cavs laying 4. This has been a highly contested game. Cavs pulled away late. Harden hasn't really looked that good in this series. He had about 9 of these points late in the game. This isn't indicative of what he's done. He did have that 22-point game in game 1. He was average kind of in the Toronto series there for a while. He had the one good game to open up the series, but Harden's got to come in here tonight and score the ball better. Just because I don't think the production with Mobley and Jared Allen is going to get it done. I think those are the X factors for me in this series. If Jared Allen and Evan Mobley just have a halfway decent game, this Cavs team should roll and they should cruise easily. I just think that the offense tonight in Cleveland has been so much better than when they're out on the road. We've seen that in the Toronto series. We've seen this in the Pistons series. I believe they even this thing up tonight. I'm comfortable laying the -4.5. I think they get out early on this Pistons team and they keep the lead. I wouldn't be surprised to see a wire-to-wire. But once again, this has been a competitive series. The turnovers have been a problem for the Cavs at times. But I want the Cavs -3.5 in my pocket here, and that's where we're going to go. Look at a couple player props. Tobias Harris has hit his points line in every single game this series. He's been hitting about 20 points. I would give him a look, man. I'd give him a look at his over on points. He's been hitting it at a nice clip. His points and rebounds has a ton of value if you wanted to go there. Look at what he's done just over the last couple games. 39, 28, 28, 26, just on rebounds and points. Scoring the ball really well. I would give his, for the value reason, points and rebounds a look on the over. A couple other stat lines you could look at. You could look at James Harden for 20. I think he's a must tonight for this team to succeed. So I would take James Harden for 20 points tonight. He hasn't hit 20 in the last 2 games. He's really only hit 20 2 times out of the last 6. He's due for a 20-point game. Give me James Harden for 20. Another look I like, he almost had a triple-double last game, is Cade Cunningham for rebounds. You could take him for 6 rebounds. There's some value there at plus money around plus 106. Cade Cunningham, 6 rebounds. So those are 3 props out of this game that I'd recommend and I like. So just give those a look. Once again, guys, I'll be live at 5, maybe 5:30. But live at 5:30. Tune in. I will be reviewing more player props. I'll be reviewing some MLB, some player props out of that, home runs, money lines. So once again, we're going live at 5. Make sure to tune in. I'll be here on YouTube as well as on my Instagram. Once again, we're going to lay the -3.5 with the Cavs. We'll keep this moving. Blowout Alert, the app that you're looking at. It's my app, best data analytics in the business. They've got this sequenced at about a 55-45 game, 45% upset probability by Detroit. Like I said, I just think the offense is better. They're the more talented team here with the Cavs. Can't always rely on turnovers in transition. So I think they just outscore them like they did in the last game. Just down the stretch, they can pull away. All it takes is a couple made jumpers, and that's really what it's going to boil down to. So give me the Cavs -4 here at home, even the series up. If you want to take them on the money line, you can at -168. But that value right there is -3.5. 2 possessions. I think they get it done. All right, into the next game, guys. Thunder taking on the Lakers. Lakers getting +11.5, man, in a desperation game to avoid the sweep. Will we see the Thunder? Will we see the Thunder do something that not many teams have done? They're on a roll, man. They're looking to go 8-0 in their first 2 series. They're looking sharp. These bench players are just outlasting. What we've seen is the Thunder haven't won a single first half. They haven't covered the spread on the first half not one time. Not once have they covered the spread on the first half. I think it's a different story today. I do think that the Thunder come in here, they get the sweep. They close it out like we saw with the Knicks yesterday. They just come in, they start early, momentum, defense, and they blow this Lakers team out. LeBron James, Austin Reeves, they just don't have enough firepower. Roy Hachimura shot the ball extremely well from deep, but it just can't be those 3 guys. When you're getting production from all ends, from Hartenstein to Chet Holmgren, Dort, A.J. Mitchell, Cason Wallace. I mean, Cason Wallace has been fantastic in this series. Caruso creating turnovers. I mean, then you got SGA, who really even hasn't had a big game yet. I mean, 23, 22, 18. He had the 31-point game against Phoenix to close it out. But in this series here, he hasn't had a game over 25 points. That could be tonight. You could give him a look. I like SGA on his PRA on the over. I do think it hits. I like LeBron James here for rebounds tonight. I think he's solid for 6 rebounds. They're going to need him to rebound the ball well. DeAndre Ayton did not rebound the ball well last game. I don't know if that carries over to this game because he had been rebounding the ball extremely well, way above his average of 8 rebounds. So give me LeBron James for 6 rebounds tonight. Give me SGA on the over PRA. And let's dive in over here and take a look at what else is being recommended. 8 assists on LeBron. That makes you need guys to hit shots. I don't know if guys are hitting shots enough for this Lakers team for LeBron to find 8 assists tonight. I do like the Chet Holmgren over. I think Roy Hachimura is needed. I would give a look at his points on the points total. If it's around 13.5, I would take it. 15 starting to get a little steep for me with Hachimura, but I don't hate it. You could go on the over 13.5 or take him for the 15 plus. Chet Holmgren now for points and rebounds, I do like a lot. Especially when the Lakers go small. He's taken advantage of that the last couple games when they go small. His average line is 23.5. The markets have it inflated a little bit around 25. Or sorry, his average line is 25. And his actual average that he hits on a consistent basis is 23. I would give him a look. If you can get around 24.5, maybe 25 flat on the X, points and rebounds, X 25, take it. I wouldn't go any higher than 25, though, for Chet Holmgren. I would say right around that 25 mark for points and rebounds. 17-8 feels very safe for Chet Holmgren. So that's what I would say. 17-8 would be his stat line. I like SGA on the PRA. I like Chet Holmgren for 25x points and rebounds. And then LeBron James for 6 rebounds. And you can give him a look at 25 points. LeBron James has played really well in this series as far as points goes. He had that 19-point game, but he had those back-to-back over 25-plus games, and there's a lot of value there. When you take him for over 25, LeBron has a lot of value. 20 is safe. 25 is where the value lies. Give me LeBron James for 25 and 6 tonight, trying to keep his team in the hunt. But ultimately, I'm going to give the first half a look here, guys. The Thunder have not covered a first half yet. If they're going to come out here and close it out tonight, I don't believe that the Lakers hang around and make this thing a game through the first half, and then they get blown out again in the second early. I think there's two scenarios here and two game scripts that I see. The Lakers figure it out. They play them tough. They have the lead, or they're within a shot of the lead, and the Thunder don't cover the spread, and the Lakers go on to win. And they find a way to grind it out and make shots. And look, they shot 11 for 16 in the first half from 3. And then it just kind of disappeared on them. It takes 4 quarters of basketball to beat this Thunder team. I don't know if the Lakers have 4 quarters of basketball. I always say when you're on the fence about laying a number or trying to figure out where you want to go, what's the higher likely probability? And that's another blowout for the Thunder, that they outlast them each quarter by 5 points and win by 20. I think that that's the case in the first half. I think what we see is, 4 to 6 point lead in each quarter, because the Thunder are going to come out and play with momentum. They know that the sweep is on the line. They have extra days of rest to wait on this Timberwolves series with the Spurs. So get this game over with, close out the series, get some rest. You're going to be taking on a tough Timberwolves team defensively, or you're going to be taking on the Spurs. So get some rest, get ready for a physical series in your next series in the Western Conference Finals. I'm going to go here and take the Thunder on the first half line here. I really think that's the best play off the board here. I also don't mind laying the minus 11.5. They've shown us time and time again they have yet to miss the full game cover. They've covered in all 3 games on the full game, but they haven't covered on the first half. Now, that's why I like this first half. It's a spot play for me. We have been on the first halves before in the playoffs with them here, and it has not hit. But in this spot, I just can't see the Thunder in a closeout game not hitting the first half line. So I kind of want to go on the first half as the better play out of this one, more than the 11.5. That first half line is pretty low. It's minus 5.5. It's the lowest line we've seen for the Thunder in the first half. The lowest we've seen on this Thunder team is a minus 8.5. 8.5, 9.5 has been the standard line for the first half spread. Today it's at minus 5.5. I think that's the best play on the board as far as the Thunder goes, especially if they're going to come out here, play with intensity, play with defense, close this team out, and go on to the Western Conference Finals with some rest and some days in their pocket. So go ahead and give me the Thunder minus 5.5 in the first half. I'm not scared to lay the minus 11.5. The line moved from 10.5 up to 11.5. It's Thunder all day. They're a money-making team, man, especially in the playoffs. So Thunder's where we're at. I want to give LeBron James a look at 25 points and 6 rebounds. I want to give SGA a look at his over on PRA. And even though he hasn't really been hitting that PRA, I want to give him a look just for the simple fact, another spot play, closeout game. This feels like a time for SGA to come in here and get you 40. So give me 40x PRA on SGA. He hits that. And then we're going to look at Chet Holmgren for X 25 points and rebounds. And Cason Wallace, if you can grab him for 2 threes, he's been shooting the ball really well. 2 threes for Cason Wallace feels like another good spot. And that's where we're going to go today, guys. I'm not going to bet on many Laker props. I just don't believe in them. They're too inconsistent. A blowout can happen in this series, and then they're benched early. We've seen them wave the flag with 4 minutes left a couple games in a row now. So give me the Thunder. I'm all over the spreads for anything that they got from first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, half, as well as full game. So Thunder all day. Cavs to outlast the Pistons by more than 4, and that's where we're at. We're going with the favorites today. Thunder on the road, Cavs at home, better offense. That's pretty much the take, guys. All I ask is you drop a like, make sure to subscribe. If you want my premium plays, today is Money Monday. You can use the code word MONEY to save. We also have a month pass out at a significant discount. You can go grab that today as well. Guys, just click the link in the descriptions. It's the Winible link. And if you want to download Blowout Alert for free, this app that I use every single day to help me sequence my plays, look at data, look at stats, see what players are hitting their assist line at a nice rate, see where players are going and how trends have been. You can go on up here and look at the streak board. All of that shows you Tobias Harris 7-game streak, man. So there's some really good streaks going on. Points, as far as points goes, Cason Wallace, another great one. His line right now is right around 7.5. He's hit that 2 games in a row. I said I like him for 3 threes. That's only one more bucket. I do like Cason Wallace a lot tonight on his prop lines. So I'll leave you guys with that. This is Blowout Alert. This link is in the description tab. Just go grab it, download it. It's for free. You can always decide if you want to upgrade and just use the free data for now. But that's it. That's the show. I will be live at 5. Tune in. I'll see y'all next time. Book the one way. Let's win the day. Let's cash some slips.